Sup traders, how are you doing today? As usual, this is Mr. Duke. This is yet another tutorial video, and on today's video, we want just to focus on market structure. We'll be able to cover the three types of markets that we have. There is uptrend, downtrend, and ranging market. We'll be able to take a look at the difference between break of structure and change of character. And then I'll try to show real-time examples on how you can approach these kind of markets. Let's get started. So as you are able to check on my screen, this is just but an illustration of the different types of market that we have. The first illustration, this is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, and this is a ranging market. A ranging market is also known as a consolidating market. It's either consolidation or a ranging market. But then we have this other type of market that most of the time we don't refer to it. It's called a choppy market. But then hiyo sana sana huwa we don't majorly focus on that because this is a market that even the highs and the lows are not well defined. So for the uptrend, we are able to tell that this is an uptrend because it normally generates a series of higher highs and higher lows. This is now a high. Sorry, let's use caps. High. This is a high, and these a high, but there is low, so we call it a high low. So we can adjust it like that. This is a high. This is a high low, and then these are high, and these are higher, lower. Basically, as the name suggests, a high, if you check this level, this level A, let me mark it out. This level A and this level B. This very point is higher than this and higher than this. That is why we call it a high. But then if you check this point here, this point B, it's higher than point A, but lower than this high. That is why it's called high-low. The same thing happens with this very level. It's higher than this very level and higher than this higher low. And this higher low, it's lower than this high, but higher than this higher low. That is how we are able to tell that these are high, these are higher low, these are high, and these are higher low. And that is how we are able to tell that this is an uptrend. Something else that it's important for you to understand is, remember, this was the highest point of this very market. That is why it's called a high. But then this high was broken for us to have our new high. So at this very particular point, we have what we call a break of structure, B or S, but then the name is a break of structure. Let's even change the color. We can use black. This is a break of structure. And then again, this high was broken to have a new high. This is also a break of structure, like that. And then I believe that one is clear. Let's move to the downtrend. A downtrend, it normally generates a series of lower lows and lower highs. How are we able to tell that these are downtrend? That is what I want us to check out. Now, if you are able to check this level, it's higher than this level, but it's lower than hii level ya kwanza. That is why it's called a higher low. And these are, let's modify the text first, like that. These are higher low, and then these are low. These are low. and these a higher low. These are higher low, and these now are low low. Just like that, you are able to tell that these are downtrend. It's generating a series of low lows and higher lows. Now, remember, this was our low low, but it has been broken, and we have a new low low. That one has happened once again. Hapa. This was our low low. It has been broken, and we have our new low low. And just like that, you are able to tell that this is a downtrend. So at this particular point, we have a breakout structure. This is a breakout structure. This is another breakout structure. And this is another breakout structure. Like that. Breakout structure. Breakout structure. And then breakout structure. It's clear these are downtrend, right? These are downtrend, these are uptrend. For the ranging market is also known as consolidating market. If we are able to check and identify these very level, these are our support level, and these are our resistance level. Like that, these are our resistance level. You are able to tell that our support level is equals to our, like, the highs are equal. This high, that is our high number 1, our high number 2. Like, in short, what I mean is the highs are equal and the lows are equal. And at the same time, these are the lows. The lows and the highs are what? They are equal. As a result, this is now what we call a ranging market or a consolidating market. So at this very level, what we denote now equals, just like that. EQLS equals. I can just duplicate this like that. As simple as that. I believe by now you understand the difference between an uptrend, a downtrend, and a ranging market. Si hapo iko sawa sawa. Now, how are we able to tell that this market is shifting from an uptrend to a downtrend, or from a downtrend to an uptrend? That is the very last concept that I want us to cover. And under that, I'll need to introduce what we call a change of character or a market shift. A market shift, this is when the general trend of the market changes, maybe from an uptrend to a downtrend or from a downtrend to an uptrend. So let's have this very illustration. For example, this is what we have. I'll need to do a lot of work now. Let's take an example what we have on our screen. These are POS. These are downtrend. Have a POS around there. Another one hapa chini. Tumejipatia kazi, but nevertheless haina haraka. Let's just go through these slowly. This is the low, and this is the higher low. Now, it's clear if you are able to tell this was an uptrend, but then the market shifted from an uptrend to a downtrend. How are you able to tell that we have a market shift? We are able to tell that we have a market shift just by, sorry, let me do this modification just to make sure that hii maneno inatokea vizuri. Just make sure that our illustration matches. This is our high. This is our lower high. Now, this was our high, this was our higher low. And then if asked, we will tell that this is our high, right? This is our high. This was our high, and we now expected a higher low. What happened? Look what happened. Instead of a higher low, this was our previous higher low. It was not respected. Instead, we now have a low. We can mark it with color red and maybe make it bold. Our higher low was not respected. Instead, we now have a low followed by a lower high. So this the very area that tells us that we have a market shift that is now confirmed by our higher low. This is what confirms a market shift. This is what confirms a market shift, and we are able to tell that this is no longer an uptrend but a downtrend. So at this very point, we have what we call a change of character. This is a change of character. CH capital, CH, sorry, CH small o, and then capital CH, change of character. So we are able to tell that this is no longer an uptrend, this is now a downtrend. As simple as that. So thank you for going through this very tutorial. I'll be creating more often tutorials on specified concepts in the future. And maybe if we can be able to check the real chart now, you're able to tell maybe from the most recent market move. This is an uptrend, right? This is an uptrend. This is an uptrend like that. And the reason why we can tell this is an uptrend is because it's generating a series of higher highs and higher lows. This is an uptrend because it's generating a series of high highs and higher lows. We have a breakout structure. This is a breakout structure. Sorry. This is a breakout structure. We can use. And then we have another breakout structure around here. And then followed by another break of structure. And then we have a change of character. This is a change of character. We are shifting from an uptrend to a downtrend. What confirms this change of character is this higher low. The moment we have this higher low, this is a confirmation of change of the market trend from an uptrend to a downtrend. Hizi vitu si ni rahisi. They are very simple. They are very simple as long as you are able to do it. You are able to identify Day two. So today we've covered the three types of the two trending markets, that is an uptrend and a downtrend, and then the ranging market. Ranging market is also known as a consolidating market. I've also been able to let you know the difference between break of structure and change of character. Follow for more amazing content.